But let's go ahead and get into the training that I had set for tonight. Hopefully people can watch it on the recording. You can tag your ambassadors. But tonight I wanted to talk about how to share Plexus, because I know when I started taking these products, I didn't want anyone to know. I was a skeptic. I'd never done network marketing, and I didn't want anyone to know about them. So I wanted to do a training on how you can share Plexus, one, without having a success story, right? How often have you heard, or maybe you've even said, well, I'm going to take the products first and see if they work. Then if they work, maybe I'll tell my friend about them, right? We want to share, well, we're going to talk about that. We want to talk about how to share Plexus without being annoying. Like, you don't want to be the annoying friend or the person at church that everybody avoids, right? We are going to talk to you about how to share Plexus without being pushy or salesy, which was my biggest fear. Like, I hate anything sales. It makes my skin crawl. It makes me just feel yucky. So we're going to talk about how to share Plexus and work your business without being pushy or salesy, without being that girl, right? Like, you don't want to be that annoying girl on Facebook that all your friends avoid. We're also going to talk about how to share Plexus if you're embarrassed or you're scared, which is me. Guys, when I started these products, I came home and told my husband, don't tell anybody, because I was afraid they weren't going to work, and I was embarrassed. I didn't want anyone to know I was on supplements, and I didn't want anyone to know that I bought them from a network marketing company. So we're going to talk a lot about that tonight. It's going to be a quick 30-minute training. I have a presentation put together that I'm going to show you. But like I said, I apologize for this being late. I hope you guys watch it live. I love the live interaction. But if not, rest assured, you can catch it on the replay tomorrow. You can tag all your new ambassadors. If you know somebody who maybe wants to share, but they're scared, they're unsure, they don't have enough knowledge, then you can tag them in this, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to put together this quick little PowerPoint presentation. Hopefully you'll be able to see myself, and you could see myself in the presentation. You can still see me talking because it's not a very elaborate presentation, but I did have a few things that I think are important when it comes to sharing Plexus, right? So the first thing when you think about Plexus, you first have to think about, like, what the heck are we sharing, you guys, right? Like, why do we share? Why would you ever think about sharing Plexus? Because you don't have to share. You can go home, you could take your products and live happily ever after. But here's why people do share Plexus, right? I share Plexus to add value to other people, right? It can change their quality of life. That's why I share, because I know the first month on the products, I hadn't lost any weight. I hadn't gotten improved thyroid. I hadn't gotten off any other medications. But you know what happened in that first month? I didn't need a nap. And that was a big deal to me. And I knew there were other people out there just like me. So I share to add value to other people. I share to help someone feel better. Oh my goodness, I was such a zombie back then. In fact, my very first Facebook post, I'm pretty sure, and I can go look it up, it was in late March of 2015. I can probably go find it. It actually said in it, if any of my friends have been taking this and haven't told me about it, I am mad at you, right? To help someone feel better. That's why we share Plexus, to make a difference in their life. Sometimes people think that we're making too big of a deal of this, but listen, health is all we have. And if you know somebody who was like me, that was living on naps and caffeine, when you're that tired all the time, and that's all I was, guys, I was just tired, and it rocked my world when I tried that little pink stick. So we share Plexus to make a difference in someone's life, to improve their quality of life, whether that's with a probiotic or a paycheck. Doesn't matter, right? But that's why we share Plexus. And if you're new to this, maybe you're only a couple weeks in and you're probably thinking, how in the heck can a probiotic change someone's life? Well, keep watching and hang around, because I promise you it does. I have a friend who could not go on date night with her spouse because her IBS was so bad she could never go out to dinner or be away from her bathroom at home. So when she gets on ProBio and she can all of a sudden go out and have a social life and have date night and not worry about where the bathroom is, that's life-changing, guys. That's how a probiotic can change someone's life. That's why we share Plexus. The other reason we share, you might think nobody's paying attention and nobody's watching, but I promise you, someone is silently suffering. Someone is suffering and they're not wanting to share that, but they're watching your posts. They're watching. And if you would share about Plexus, you could help end their silent suffering. I can't tell you how many times, because I decided to share. I have people who, honestly, I'd forgotten I was friends with them on Facebook, because like they're never on Facebook. All of a sudden I get a message and they tell me they see all of my posts. They appreciate all my posts. And because of this one particular post I made, they're ready to try it. And that's made all the difference. And they're no longer suffering in silence, right? So guys, this is why we share Plexus. And just because you're on Plexus for one thing, doesn't mean you shouldn't share about all the wonderful things that Plexus can do, because you don't know what people in your network, your friends and your family need. I've shared Plexus so many times that I've done all of these things, right? It's about more than just a probiotic. You can give purpose to someone's life. There might be someone who, often I have stay-at-home moms who, like, when you're a stay-at-home mom, you like have no outlet oftentimes, especially if you have multiple kids. You're stuck at home, and then like you never get out. You don't have anything other than being a stay-at-home mom. Because I share Plexus, I've had other moms tell me, like, thank you, because this business on the side has given me a purpose. I get to speak to adults. I get to use my brain. I get to do research. I get to educate and learn. I get to connect with other women. So this is all of the reasons why we share, guys. It's not to make a paycheck. We make an incredible paycheck. Don't get me wrong. It's the best compensation plan in network marketing. You will not find another company, another product anywhere that has a better compensation plan. That's just a bonus. That's not why we share. If we only shared to sell product, none of us would be here, right? These are all the reasons we share. So when you are afraid to share, I want you to keep these reasons in mind of what you might be missing out on. This is why all of us share, okay? So then what the heck do we share? A lot of times people think, well, I'm just sharing. I'm not going to share that vitamin because I've not used it and I've not gotten any results on it. And sure, I share about the vitamin, right? But guys, we share so much more. I share health and happiness. You know, when I first started in taking these products, the people at work would joke to me, why are you so chipper in the morning? Well, yeah, that's what I'm sharing, health and happiness. I'm sharing products that are non-GMO, that are gluten-free, that are vegetarian, that are vegan, that are free of common allergens. I'm sharing things that are clinically proven and tested. If they go buy their Flintstones vitamins off the shelf, they are not clinically proven, nor are they clinically tested. Did you guys know that? Vitamins and supplements are not regulated by the FDA. So there's actually no rule that says you have to test them or have clinical trials on them. But Plexus does, because that's how good we are, you guys. So we are sharing unique, patented, holistic products that are very unique to this market. You won't find them anywhere else, okay? But what else do we share? We share freedom. The story I just told you about of my friend who can now go on a date night because she's not worried about the bathroom and her IBS, that's freedom. That's freedom for that person. Freedom comes in all different forms. You don't know what someone's freedom is, but if you're not sharing, then they may never know that Plexus is the answer to that prison that they're in, okay? I share freedom every day, whether it's health freedom or financial freedom. Guys, $100 as a Plexus paycheck can set someone free. That can be the difference between groceries on the table or not, okay? That's what we share. We share hope, we share purpose, and we share a sense of community. I, for a long time, like craved and envied those people that had a job that they loved and they just couldn't wait to show up for, and love the people they work with. And like, that's what we share with Plexus, guys. I mean, you could even build your own team and name your coworkers. It's like the best thing ever. But the other thing that we share is this healthy community. It's actually made Steve and I step up our game. Steve talks about it all the time when he talks about Plexus, because he's surrounded by this community of other people that are healthy and want to live longer and want to make better food choices. He is now doing that, right? So that's made his quality of life better. So these are all of the things that we share. So don't think of it as just sharing a probiotic or a pink drink or a vitamin, okay? It's so, so different on what we share. So now I'm going to go into the main topic, okay? And we're going to go through these bullets. We're going to talk about them. You guys can feel free to comment and let me know what you think. And we'll end, this is the last slide, so we'll end it after this and we can kind of chit chat. But I have several points I want to talk about when it comes to sharing Plexus. And the first thing, guys, is your mindset, okay? If you come into this and you're like, I can't sell a pink drink, well, guess what? We don't want you to sell a pink drink, okay? But that's the wrong mindset. We're not selling anything. Oh my goodness. If I had to sell something, I would fail miserably. Miserably. I just share. I share what these products might be able to do for someone, and then I let them make the decision on whether or not they want to try. Okay? I'm not in this to convince anybody. I am not in this to beg someone to buy my products or beg for a sale. That's not what we do. I share what these products can do, and then I provide them the information where they can make their own informed decision. Okay? But it's your mindset that you need to think about first. Because listen, guys, sharing Plexus, sharing the fact that I have this bottle of lotion right here and I put it on my hands every night before bed, that is no different than me sharing my favorite running shoes, me sharing my favorite restaurant, my favorite shampoo. Oh my gosh, if anyone is a mom, when you were either pregnant or had a new baby, I'm sure not only did you share everything, but everyone shared all of their stuff with you, right? Their favorite baby bottle, their favorite baby blanket, their favorite swaddler, like all the things. There's no difference, guys. Just because we get paid for Plexus for sharing it doesn't mean anything. It means squat. Because anything you share, someone is getting paid for. Everything you love, everything you share with a friend, someone's getting paid for, right? So why not you? It's no different than all of these referral programs nowadays, right? Everyone has a referral program. I got a link the other day from a friend of mine who posted about Rothy's flats. They're supposed to be like these super comfortable flats that you can wash in your washing machine. Well, guess what? She sent me her link so I could get a 20% off coupon. Every company has a referral now where you get paid to recommend something you love. Plexus is no different. So you want to first get in the mindset that you're not selling anything. And if you're trying to sell something, well, then you should just stop, because that's not what we want with Plexus. We want you to share the potential of what these products can do. We want you to share that you're taking them. That's so easy. Just share that you're taking them. You're not sure what's going to happen, but you're excited for the potential, right? The next thing we got to stop doing, guys, when it comes to sharing Plexus is projecting. Okay, this is a big one. And look, I've been there. I get it. My first post on about Plexus, I was like shaking as I typed it. And I don't know why, because I shared things all the time, especially when I was pregnant and I was a crazy breastfeeding mom who had a lot of trouble. I shared all my tips, all the products. I shared all the things. But when it came to sharing Plexus that I was getting paid for, I was like shaking as I typed my first post. And then I shut my laptop and I walked away. I was pretty much hyperventilating because I was projecting what others would think of me. And guys, we have to stop projecting. If you are afraid that someone thinks you are mentioning Plexus only to make a sale, then you're going to come across as salesy. I promise you. Okay? So stop projecting. It's the self-fulfilling prophecy. If you're like, oh my goodness, I really want to bring up Plexus to her, but I'm afraid she thinks I'm going to be salesy. And then if you go talk to her about Plexus, you're totally going to be salesy. Instead, stop projecting your thoughts onto other people. Instead, think, you know what? I know Plexus could really help her. I'm going to tell her how it could help her. Okay? See that? You're going to focus on how Plexus can help her. Because I promise you, people are not thinking what you think they are thinking. If everyone thought we were salesy, if everyone thought it was crazy, if everyone thought it was a joke or a scam, I wouldn't be where I am. Most of you wouldn't be where you are. We would not be successful. So stop projecting on to everyone on what they're going to think, okay? And don't lead with your fears. Instead of leading with your fears, lead with your heart. Lead with your heart. We're going to talk about that a little bit. Some of you are new and you don't even know the potential of these products. So we're going to talk a little bit about, how to share without knowing all about the products, okay? So the other thing I have on the screen here, if you can see it, it says you can't be a guinea pig. And this is a big one for a lot of people, and I get it, because when I first started Plexus, I was like, I am not putting on my name on something that I have never used. I'm not putting my name on something that I'm not sure is going to work. But here's the thing. You cannot be a guinea pig for all the products. It's impossible. I'm going to give you an example, okay? I have never, knock on wood, in my life had a migraine. Not once. Not one time have I ever had a migraine. So Plexus will never be able to help me with a migraine, okay? If I had let that stop me from sharing, if I had let the fact that I'd never gotten results on Plexus with migraine reduction, then my friends who do have migraines would still be suffering, okay? Same with weight loss. I hear it 100 times. Well, I'm not going to share Plexus until I lose weight on it first. Guys, stop trying to be a guinea pig. Stop waiting for your own results and share how these products might be able to help your friend. If I had waited to share until I actually had big results that people would think were good results, one, I was 8 months into my journey. I would have had to pay for my products those 8 months, but because I shared pretty early, I started getting paychecks right away. But two, more importantly, my friends, they would have had to wait 8 more months of suffering. But because I started sharing and said, like, hey, you know what? My friend so-and-so, she doesn't have any more migraines. This probiotic may just help you. They started to try it, and then they got results. So stop thinking you can be a guinea pig for all of our products. You can't. You can't. You are never going to know what it's like to have ADD or ADHD and how Edge can help you, right? I am never going to know what it's like to have PCOS and how the triplex can help me with my PCOS. But I do know that it can, and I do know other success stories and clinical studies, so that's what I share. So sometimes people think, well, what if it doesn't work? I can't share because, honestly, what if it doesn't work for me? Here's what I'm going to say to you guys. Do you really think it doesn't work? I mean, this is going to sound so bad, but we would not be here if our products didn't work. I would not be here. We would not be debt-free. We have a 60-day money-back guarantee. I make 5 figures a month. There are plenty of successful people on our team and other teams. Our company has been here for over a decade. If our products didn't work, we'd be out of business, okay? So come on, my friends. We've got the clinical studies that prove they work. We've got my testimony. You know me. The person you ordered from, you know their testimony, and then there are thousands of others, okay? So the products work. That should not be a reason to keep you from sharing what they can do. So we're just going to lead with our heart, all right, on how these products can help other people. And that brings me to my next point, and this is going to sound harsh, but somebody told me this when I first started, and it really hit home to me. It's actually selfish not to share Plexus, especially once you hear what they could do for someone. It would be like being in a room full of all your friends and family. So, the holidays are coming up. Let's pretend that you are at Christmas or Thanksgiving dinner. All your friends or family are there. And all of a sudden, somebody has a debilitating headache. Everyone in the room catches it. They all have debilitating headaches. You have Tylenol in your purse, but you're not going to share that Tylenol with them because you're afraid of what they'll think. You're afraid they'll think you're salesy. You actually haven't had the Tylenol work for you because you don't get headaches, so you're not going to share it. That is how I look at Plexus, right? So it actually, for me, knowing what I know about these products, I can't not share. I can't not see my friends continue to suffer when I know that these products could help. Now, are all of them going to want to try it? No. Are all of them going to try it and stay consistent on it? No. But that's on them. That's not on us. Our duty is to share the potential and the possibility. It's on them to actually make the life change. But their lack of or their decision not to should not affect our desire or willingness to share what these products can do. Okay? So maybe you're still new though, and you're thinking, I don't know, Amy, like it's got a lot, it's my reputation, you know, I don't know if I want to share. And look, I get it. I was a network marketing super snob. I had a master's degree. I was in a professional job. Steve is pretty much a professional skeptic as a scientist. Our reputations were on the line when we started sharing Plexus. So if you still are thinking, I don't know, you can rely on the shield of confidence. And this is something I do entire trainings on. But basically, the shield of confidence has 4 sections or 4 quadrants. You can always fall back on these and know that they are 100% without a doubt kind of your first line of defense if you're, you know, talking about these products. The first thing in that first shield is the clinical studies. Okay, guys, we have clinical trials that we can point to, and we have clinical studies. 2 separate things. The ingredients in our products have clinical studies that prove the effectiveness on those ingredients on certain things, right? That's how we know X Factor Plus is clinically proven to help with menopause, right? We have the studies on that. But then to take it a step further, Plexus as a corporation does third-party independent double-blind placebo studies. So we have those as well. So that's the first quadrant. You can rest assured, no junk. We're not sharing junk. High quality, proven, lots of clinical research, right? The other quadrant in that square, though, is testimonies. You've seen them, right? Just because you haven't lost 100 pounds doesn't take away the truth from somebody else who has on Plexus. Just because your migraines haven't gone away yet doesn't take away the testimony of the hundreds of people whose migraines have gone away, right? And maybe you're not off your thyroid medication, but it doesn't take away the truth of those that have. So that's that second quadrant, all of the testimonies. And I promise you, if you need a testimony, we can find it. And if you find a testimony, we can track down the person it belongs to and actually put you in a chat with that person. That's what's so incredible. When I first started sharing Plexus, when I first started sharing Plexus, well, first I joined Plexus as a wholesaler, ordered the products, told my sponsor, don't add me to any team pages, don't put me on anything on Facebook. Luckily, she's smarter than that. She did anyway. So then when I started sharing, all these ambassadors started sending me friend requests. And I was like, who are these people? I don't even know them. Gosh, that's weird. Well, now I get it. You know, it took me a while to understand that we are a community. We support each other. So then I started seeing people share these testimonies of other people. And I thought, I'm not going to share that, you know, Joe Schmo out in Utah got rid of her migraines because I don't know that person. What if it's fake? Well, one thing I've learned, guys, I promise you we can find that person. There is not one testimony that I've seen in 4 years that I've not been able to track that person down and get in a 3-way message with them. That's what's so incredible about this company and this culture. So rest assured, in that second quadrant of the shield of confidence, we can find you a testimony. So that should help you with sharing these products. The third quadrant in that testimony is the company. And this isn't one that a lot of people know about. You really, especially as you're new, you're not going to know anything about our company. But let me tell you about our company, right? I do have a whole post that if you search on the team page, it has all of our stats. But some of the main things you need to know. We are based in Scottsdale, Arizona. I will be there in November. It's a real place. It's about 70,000 square feet. It's brand new. We're growing so much, they've already broken ground on another 12,000 square feet. All of our products are made in the USA. That's a big, big deal. We can tell you where all of our ingredients are sourced from. That's another big deal, guys. And then on top of all the awards we've won, I could list them. Best, fastest growing company, best company to work for, top 10 of all private companies in the last 2 years, not just direct sales. That's all privately held companies. But we are debt free. This is a big one, guys. Any company I ever worked for, they were never debt free. They were always operating in the red and borrowing money, right? Most of your Fortune 500 companies are not debt free. That's how they operate. We are debt free. Even after we broke ground and paid for the lease for the land that we're on and built that huge building, and even after we do convention And even after they pay for Leaders Retreat to get all those people on the boat and they pay for all the things, guys, we're still debt free. That says a lot. With our money back guarantee, if our products did not work, we would be broke. We certainly wouldn't be debt free. Okay, so that's that third thing in the shield of confidence. And the fourth piece of the shield of confidence that should help you when it comes to sharing when you don't know a whole lot is your own truth. No one can take away your truth. And I hold to that. I have had skeptics that were so mean to me, they made me cry. Now, I didn't let them know they made me cry, but they made me cry. But I know they cannot take away the fact that in my first week, I didn't need coffee and I didn't need a nap. And in my first month, my husband got his wife back. I wasn't moody. I wasn't grumpy. I wasn't angry. They cannot take away the fact that my thyroid levels improved so much, my doctor took me off my Synthroid. They cannot take away my fact that it makes me a better mom, that I sleep better, that my hair quit falling out, that eventually I lost weight, right? That is my truth. And I don't care how big of a skeptic somebody is. I can talk till the cows come home about the science and about why a probiotic's great, but they can't take away my truth. And whether your truth is that you just didn't need a nap or you like the flavor, or your truth is that you're in remission from your type 2 diabetes, it doesn't matter how big or how small, they cannot take away your truth, right? So I get it. I get, though, that sharing when you're brand new can be kind of scary for people, especially if you're the type of personality where you want a lot of the information. We've gone over the personality types before, like the red, the yellows, the blues, the greens. So for me to be able to continue to share, I had to build my belief in the products, right? I had to build my belief in the products, in the company, and in the industry. So in my first month, for me, I was reading anything I could about our ingredients, about the products, about the company, doing all kinds of research. That was just my personality. But a lot of people aren't going to do that, and that's fine. In the beginning, if you want to share Plexus without being salesy or without being spammy, you just need to have belief. And while you're growing your own belief, you can borrow mine. I have got enough belief in these products, guys, and enough belief in this company and these executives and these testimonies to go around for everyone. I promise you. And how can you share my belief? Anytime anybody asks you anything or sends you a question, you can screenshot it and send it to me. You can post it on the team page. We will answer it for you. But rest assured, there's nothing anybody can say to you that I cannot help you with an answer for, right? It could be the biggest skeptic that comes to you and says, well, I took my Slim and I got the flu. Or, I took my Slim and my foot went numb. Or I took my probiotic and I got a sore throat. I mean, I've heard it all, guys. Listen, my belief in these products, because I've done the research and I know and I've seen the testimonies and I've been around the executives, it is big enough for all of you guys. So often I get it. You don't want to share because you don't have that belief. Well, you're not going to have the same belief as I do because I'm 4 years in. I didn't have that belief when I first started sharing either. I just shared on a wing and a prayer that I didn't need a nap and I didn't need 2 pots of coffee, right? So you can borrow my belief in the beginning, okay? The other reason people don't share, so we're going to talk about how do I share Plexus for fear of embarrassment or even being scared. I would ask you, though, what are you really embarrassed about, right? What are you embarrassed about? For me, it was network marketing. I was so embarrassed to label myself as a network marketer. 4 years ago, not many people were doing it. I was so biased. I was totally embarrassed. So I get it. But I want to flip the table for a second. Have you been on Facebook lately, guys? Like, have you seen Facebook? Everyone, and mark my words, guys, everyone eventually will be involved in network marketing. Most of them are now. I guarantee there's someone that is doing a side gig. In fact, did you guys know that in Texas, all of our electricity is through a network marketing company? So mark my words, before long, everyone will be involved in network marketing. It's just the way the world is changing. Social marketing is the way of the future. HelloFresh gives a discount, right? If you share HelloFresh, Teeks, Toms, Ipsy bags, FabFitFun boxes, Amazon referral links, every place is going towards social marketing. So you have nothing to be embarrassed about. I would be embarrassed about sharing for a company that hasn't been around for a decade and isn't changing lives and doesn't, like Plexus. We even have this whole Plexus Charities where we have a foundation now. Guys, we're donating millions of meals to Feeding America. We give back to the military. We have boots on the ground during natural disasters. Don't ever be embarrassed to share. I get it. I thought network marketing was not a real job, so I get it. But rest assured, social marketing and social commerce really is the way of the future, and all of your friends are eventually going to be there. And if you are embarrassed or you're afraid of what someone might think in the beginning, you know what? It's okay to block them from your post. I did that. When I first started sharing Plexus, I was afraid of what my coworkers would think of me, so I blocked them all. You can block individual people from your post, so that's what I did. And then as I built up my belief and I built up my confidence in these products, I was like, you know what? Forget them. I want to share with everyone. I want them to see what I'm doing. And so then I started unblocking them from my posts. But I get it. It's okay to be afraid of certain people, but don't let them stop you from changing someone else's life, okay? And then the big one, guys, is, okay, so I want to share. I know it could help someone, but I do not want to post on Facebook. Or I do want to post on Facebook because it's so easy, but I don't want to be super, super salesy. So I'm going to stop my share just so I can pop in here and see if anybody's chatting. I know it's late. Oh, hey guys. Yes, I see some of you guys on. Thank you. I know it's super late. But so in the beginning, guys, you can get to silver. You can get to the first rank in Plexus and you don't have to make your first Facebook post. In fact, there are people who are very successful who are gems and jewels, meaning they're ruby, senior ruby, emeralds, and they don't post on Facebook at all. Okay? You don't have to do that. You just have to then talk to people in person. And that means you have to do a lot more to get the same return. Whereas if I make one post on Facebook, I'm hitting hundreds of people with one post. To hit those same hundreds of people, you would have to go, door to door or have one-on-one conversations 100 times. So that's the only difference. But I have people who hit silver before they ever get their own products. They just share with their best friend, their sister, and their mom how excited they are to start, and they ask them to do it with them. Okay? So you don't have to post on Facebook. It's good if you do because it's so simple. And like I say, social marketing is kind of the way of the future. Now, if you are going to share Plexus on Facebook, we again go back to all of those things I said in the beginning, right? Don't be salesy. Don't be pushy. I know there are a lot of super cute graphics out there. In fact, there are a lot of super cute graphics that our corporate team puts out. But guys, on Facebook, they are spammy. People join Facebook to see you and your family and your dirty laundry and the behind the scenes, right? That's what Facebook is about. Facebook is still the largest social media platform with billions of members on Facebook, but they join it to be social. So you can't be spammy. Don't ever put in a post, who wants to join me? Message me. Who wants to order? Those come across very salesy. Now, every once in a while, if you've built your influence, if they know you're the crazy Plexus lady, like I used to be afraid to be known as the crazy Plexus lady. Now I embrace it because when my friends and family think about health and wellness, I want them to think of me. So I'm okay with that now. So now I'm to the point in my business where every once in a while, like I posted about the 7-day trial, I might say on there, comment or message me if you want a sample pack. That's okay. Anything else though, like if you're making your first Facebook post, it's going to come across as really salesy. So don't overthink it, you guys. Share Plexus on social media like you would share your new favorite pair of boots or this new mascara that you love or this great restaurant or this great bottle of wine, all right? Don't overthink it. You want to try to educate and entertain your Facebook audience. So I made a post today educating people on the probiotic. And then I entertain with my personal posts. And then, the other day I posted how I would change the name from Slim to Balance. I didn't say message me, who wants to try it. It was a selfie of me. This morning, the ProBio was a picture of my own bottle of ProBio. So little things like that. Make them more personal so they're not salesy. You can take any of my posts and copy them. I only ask two things. Put your own picture in there because, people can tell it's my kitchen or my RV or my face. But also, if you have a shared network with somebody, don't post the same post right away because it makes you and them look very salesy. So if someone has a really good ProBio post and you want to steal it, steal away. If you guys have a same network of friends, wait at least 2 weeks to post it, right? Because when we're all sharing the same stuff, then that in itself makes us look salesy. So guys, I hope this was helpful tonight. I know for new people, it can be scary sharing Plexus. We don't want you to sell. We don't want you to be nervous. We don't want you to be salesy or spammy or that girl. Focus on always how we can help people, how you can help someone feel better, or how you can change their life. And just because it doesn't pertain to you, just because you don't have migraines, just because you don't need an extra $500, just because you don't have IBS, doesn't mean that someone else in your network doesn't need that and isn't praying for something to happen right now. So that's why I share a whole gamut. I share all kinds of testimonies, all kinds of product information, because you never know who is watching that is silently suffering. So I hope that was helpful tonight, guys. Again, I'm so sorry it was late. Hopefully you'll catch the recording. Comment below if you have any questions, any feedback, and I will check it in the morning. Bye, guys.